Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties. Today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use Canva frames and really upscale them and make them into really creative designs. We're going to even make our own custom Canva frames. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So here's the first one. This Merry Christmas part is the frame. And I just changed the background to be a little bit different than the frame, so there's a little bit of contrast between the Merry Christmas and the background. And then this is the exact same thing. The Ho 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 is a frame, and this time I changed the Ho 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 to be a little different to have that contrast, and I put a shadow layer behind it. So we are creating custom frames. We are stacking the Canva frames, and we're doing some photo editing to get these fun looks. Okay, we're going to start with this first one because I didn't have to go outside of Canva for any of these elements. These are actually all Canva elements. So let me create a new page. The first thing we want to do is get our frame. We want to take our word, Merry Christmas, or our words, and turn them into a frame. I want to tell you, this can be done with anything. I'm going to do it with text. You can do it with anything. Anything you want to make into a frame, this will work. Okay, so I'm going to type a T on my keyboard and then Mary. Let's change that font. I have been using this chunky retro font a lot lately. I like it. And then our next word is Christmas. And let's change that to the chunky retro. And chunky retro is a font that I got from Creative Fabrica, and I downloaded it into Canva. And I think I'll make a video on how to do that coming up here soon, so you can see exactly how I have uploaded my own fonts into Canva. Okay. Let's see, I'm just trying to make it kind of as similar as I can to the one above it. So there's Christmas. Whoops. Here is Mary. Does that maybe look like it did up there? Close enough. Okay, so this is what we're going to turn into a frame. Now, I'm going to use Inkscape to do this. If you don't like Inkscape, you just haven't taken the plunge yet to jump into that, watch till the end of the video and I'll show you how to do it in Photopea. It is just far, far more simple in Inkscape. Okay, so here's what we've got. Let's group this together. And we're just going to save this element here, the Merry Christmas text, as an SVG. So yes, you do have to have the Canva Pro account to be able to create your own custom frames, your own custom Canva frames. If you don't have Pro, use my link in the description. You can try it out free for 30 days. Okay, so we're going to come to Share and Download. Switch this to SVG. And we do need a transparent background, and I don't want all 7 pages. I simply want page 5. No? Page 5. Okay, let's download that. All right, there it is. All right, so now we are over in Inkscape. If you aren't familiar with it, you want to give it a try. It is a program that you download onto your computer. It is totally free. I will link to it, and I will link to a video on how to get it all downloaded and set up. But here we go. So we've got just this blank document in Inkscape. We need to bring in that SVG we just created. So File, Import, and wherever you saved it to, I'm sure mine went to my Downloads folder. Yeah, there it is right there. And Open. Okay. So here's this SVG. I'm going to go ahead and lock my screen up here just so that when I scale this, it doesn't lose its dimensions. Okay, the trick to making something a frame is that you need to fill it with a pattern so that when it transfers back into Canva, You can delete the pattern that you put into it and it leaves you a frame. It's really cool how it works, and it's really easy to do in Inkscape. All you need is a picture, a JPEG, PNG, just some kind of picture of any kind. I'm going to upload a digital paper. You can upload anything, any JPG or PNG you have on your computer will work. It does not matter at all what you upload. Just make sure it's a JPG or a PNG. So again, I'm going to come to File, Import, and I'm just going to grab my digital papers folder. And I'm just going to click into the first thing. Let's grab whatever this is. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Okay, so here is my JPG file. Here is the SVG that we created in Canva. Okay, what you want to do, let me decrease the size of my screen so you can kind of see it all, is you want whatever your JPG or PNG is to be big enough to cover up your entire word. So here it is on top. It obviously covers the whole thing. There's nothing sticking out. I am going to move it to the back just so that you can see the word underneath it. This little arrow here will move that selection all the way to the bottom. Okay, now you can see the word. All right, let's get everything selected. I want Merry Christmas and my JPG file. I'm just going to drag a box so they are both selected. Then you come to Object, Clip, Set Clip, Done. Just like that. Now what's going to happen when we put this back into Canva is we're going to delete this pattern. So it really didn't matter at all what picture you put in there, what JPG, doesn't matter at all because we're going to delete it in Canva. Now, the magic to creating the custom frame is taking this design you have created here and saving it as a PDF file. Super important. That is the only way this is going to work. So we can come to File, Export, and then export selected only. I don't really need the whole page. What we need to get here is we don't want it to be a PNG. We need to make sure we change this to PDF. Okay? And then you go and export it. You can change the name of it if you want. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it as bitmap. I hit the export and it's done. Okay, so that's saved onto my desktop. I'm going to come back over into Canva and I'm just going to upload that PDF that we created over in Inkscape. So upload files. There it is, the bitmap PDF, open. You can see that it is uploading here. Once you get it in though, it's going to show up in a different place. It's not, see, it's done uploading, but it's not here with all the rest of the images that I upload. It's in the projects folder. So if I hit projects, there it is. That is the PDF we created. You're going to need a new page for it. It will not open onto a page that has something on it without replacing what's on it. So let me just add a new page here. No, what? I didn't want to add it there. I want to add it here. Okay, and now there it is. Merry Christmas. There are two ways that you can get rid of this background. You can double click and then just hit delete and it turned into a frame. Awesome, right? But if you are a little leery of that double click, all you need to do is right click and hit detach image. Then it pops that whole image out. You can delete it and you are left with your frame. Either way, you get your really awesome frame. All right. So we have the word that we turned into a frame. We have the actual frame. Let me just move that up. Let's line it up. It did resize just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna get it back. And this isn't important. This is just me wanting it to be the same size. But we're gonna redesign here in a minute. Okay. So there that is. Awesome. Let's go get this retro background that I had added in. So I'm going to come to Elements. Okay, so retro Christmas background. We're going to switch this to photos. You need a photo to fill a frame. It's not going to work with a graphic. And I'm not seeing the exact one I used. Let me put stripes and see what we get. Okay. In order not to waste your time, I'm just going to pick a different one because I don't see that exact one. So what I want to do is, we don't need this word actually anymore. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, the whole thing. And we are going to fill this Merry Christmas with this pattern here. We'll just use this one. So drag it in and it fills it. Super cool, right? Now we need to put this on the background of our page as well. That's what we had here. We had the whole background filled, and then we also had the Merry Christmas filled. So just take that and put it on your paper. Let's size everything up. Let me make the screen just a little bit smaller so we can see everything we're working with. So I'm just going to take this to the top and bring it down until it is perfectly aligned with my page. Okay, let me move this backwards. We're going to do the same thing inside of our frame. So double click to where you can access the paper and do the exact same thing. Just move the paper around until it fills up the page exactly. And you will notice when they line up. Do you kind of see how I'm moving the top one around? But when they line up perfectly, they line up perfectly, and you can tell. Click off of it. Now it looks like this Merry Christmas disappeared. It did not. It's there. It is just perfectly lined up with our background. To be able to see it a little bit better, I'm going to select it and just put a little bit of an outline around it. Look, it like magically popped up, right? Super cool. Now, here's where we're going to mess with some of the photo editing options to get the word to really stand out from the background. So I'm going to select the background. I'm going to come to Edit Photo. And we're going to come in here to these filters. And I really liked the fade, the vintage fade feature. Look how much that automatically popped. Really great, right? You can decrease or increase the intensity. You can pick different things, whatever you want to do. It is really up to you. I'm going to go back to that fade. And I'm going to leave it at that same intensity. I actually like that. Okay, I'm maybe going to up the size of the border around here. Let's put it at like a 6. Yeah, that's looking good. So just those two things alone really made a standout design for you. But then you can come in here and you can add some extras. So we put, and Happy New Year. I believe that was the Sunday font. Yeah, that is huge. Okay. That's still a little big. Okay, so there's that. And then I went back into my elements and I got Retro Christmas. And this time I used the graphics and I found that Santa, or that tree, that dancing tree that was like doing a cartwheel or something. There he is. I thought he was fun. But I flipped him around so that he could stand on the Christmas. Check this out. Come up here to flip. Flip horizontally, and now he's the right way. And I just put him up here to where his little hand, he's a little bit big. was sitting on the H of Christmas, and we have just completely duplicated this design. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, using some custom Canva frames and some different photo editing effects to get this text to stand out from the background. All right, I'm going to delete all that. And now we're going to do this one. So this guy, I did not use all Canva elements. This one I actually pulled in. I found these graphics on Creative Fabrica. I will link to them. I thought they were great. And I used this one right here, the little Christmas tree cake, but I edited out the parts that I didn't want. So I will link to this file. Right now on Creative Fabrica, if you want to sign up, you can get a year membership for a one-time payment of $47. If you do that, you're going to get a free gift worth $1,000. And that's just for anyone who signs up, you're going to get that free gift. Or if you extend your current subscription, you'll get that free gift too. And I will link to all of that down in the description, along with an exact link to this file, so you can get all of these Christmas goodies. Okay, so I did a little editing on this. Obviously, I don't have, come back here, I don't have the star on the top and I don't have the words. Let me put that into here. And I'm quickly going to edit all of that out. If you are unfamiliar with the tools I'm using, I will link another tutorial I have that shows exactly how I use these tools in a more detailed breakdown. But for here, we're going to come to edit, and we're going to use the magic eraser. This is another pro feature. If you don't have Canva Pro, you won't have this feature. Increase my brush size and just get rid of all of this that I do not want. And now I'm going to decrease the brush size and work on that star. I don't want to delete any of my design, so I need to make my brush a lot smaller. All right, looks like I've got the star done. Okay, hit erase. And voila, I just have the tree. Okay, so I'm going to hit the back button here now. I got everything I wanted. And I am going to crop this to where I just have the tree. No space around it. Okay, so here's our background. Let me increase this to be as large as I want the design to be. Yay. Okay. Now, we need the ho ho ho. So let me come down here. I'm going to type a T onto the blank space of my keyboard. Ho ho ho. And we're going to change that font. It was this one right here, this tan songbird. Oh, Canva, I want you to change all the fonts. Just the bottom one. Okay. Let's make that a little smaller. The spacing is way too close. All right, how's that looking? Maybe just a little bit smaller. Okay, yep, that's looking pretty much how it did up there. Okay, we're gonna make this ho 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 a custom frame as well. So what we want to do is duplicate it, get it on its own page here. We're gonna save this file as an SVG just like we did the first time. Share, download, SVG, transparent background, only the ho 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 page. and download. Okay, back over into Inkscape we go. You can delete this one. File, import the ho we just did. It's in our downloads folder. Well, mine is. Yours is wherever you put it. Yay. Now let's go get another thing to fill it up with. And just to show you, it can literally be anything. I'm going to fill it with a picture from my computer. Here's a good one. My little dude as a green-haired zombie. That actually fits in there good. So I'm going to put that to the back. There's my ho. Select everything, object, clip, set. There it is. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a digital paper. You just need to fill it up with something. Okay. And we are going to export as a PDF again. Okay, so PDF, export. Okay, that is on my desktop now. So we can come back over here into Canva and let's upload the PDF that we just saved. Okay, it's uploading. Come into projects. Here it is. Oh, that's what I was telling you. You have to have a blank page. Replace the current page, that's fine. I can replace it because I don't really need it. Or you can add it as a new page. Okay, isn't he cute? I did the double click. Really, you just click it, double click. You can delete that and it is now a frame. Love it. Okay, let's bring this up here. And we're going to size it to be similar in size to that ho that's behind it. Okay, and that ho that we originally had is going to serve as my shadow layer. So now all I need to do is fill this ho with the Christmas tree. Let's see here, uploads. Now remember we had edited this tree. We took off this part, we took off the star. So we have a couple options. We can work with this and put this into our frame like so. But it's not exactly what we have behind here because we took everything off. We can work with it this way if we want to. And just take this tree and get it to be pretty close to where the other tree was. But you can see we're kind of going off the page. It's getting a little harder to see. But we can do that. That absolutely works. Or you could just take this image that you had cropped, download it as a PNG, and then upload it into your frame. Either way works totally fine. We've got the image in there now. So in the first example, we edited the main image to be the fade. In this example, I'm going to put the outline around it again so you can see it better. And we're actually going to edit the image inside the ho. So I'm going to double click. It's pulled up that image. But again, it's pretty big. That is not what I wanted to do anyways. Here we go. So while this is selected, edit. And let's see what kind of filter we want to add to this one. Let's see how that looks. I'm not a fan. Let's try something else. I think that's actually exactly what I used up there. So this one, we have edited the design inside of our frame rather than our main design. And that's it. You're done. You have got this design. We went through that one together, and then we just recreated this one. And that is how you make your custom frames. If you want this to be a different color, you want your background or your shadow maybe to be green or something, you can just change your shadow, move it around, get it wherever you want it. If you want your shadow to be thicker, let me take you and move you off here. Then you can actually give it an outline. Let's make everything black. Let's change the size of that outline, maybe make it like super big. And then you take this guy and you put him back on top, and you now have a bigger shadow. So it's really just your preference on how you want to do things. There's a lot that you can do, especially now that you can create your own custom Canva frames. Now, like I said, if you didn't want to use Inkscape to create these Canva frames, I'm going to show you how to do it in Photopea. All right, hop over into Photopea. We are going to open from computer. We're going to go grab what we just downloaded. It's right there, that PNG that we just downloaded. Okay, here it is. So just like before, we need to make this a PDF so that when we put it back into Canva, it's going to read it as a frame. It works completely differently here in Photopea than it did in Inkscape. In Photopea, we are starting out with a PNG file, so we need to turn it into a vector file. What we're going to do is, so my layers tab is what I'm on right now. I'm just going to right click and I'm going to hit select pixels. Right now it's pixels. And then you notice there's a little black dotted or dashed line that came around everything I've got on here. That's great. All of those pixels are selected. Let's go turn them into a path. So just hop over here to your Paths tab, and then you're going to choose this option down at the bottom, Selection to Path. That means everything that has the little black dash around it is going to get turned into a path. So here I am, Selection to Path. You don't need to worry about what I'm doing or how it's working or why. Just follow these steps and everything will work out perfectly for you. Okay, come back into your Layers tab. We now have a blue outline. That's how we know it's a path. When it was a pixel, it had that dotted black outline. Now that it's a path, it has a blue outline. Come back into your Layers tab and then come to Layer, Vector Mask, and Current Path. And did you notice this little box that popped up right beside it? That is now our vector mask. The mask is what Canva is going to read as the frame. That's all we do here. We are done. We don't have to import any kind of paper. It got all of that in there for us. Okay, now we're going to come to File, Save As or Export As PDF. You can name it whatever you want. Make sure nothing here is selected. No boxes are checked. Hit Save. There it went into my downloads. Okay, let's hop back over, and that's how it's going to look. Okay, let's hop back over into Canva. I'm going to delete that. We're going to upload what we just saved from Photopea. It's right here, the Thankful PDF. Open. It's going to come into Projects. There it is. That's what we just saved, the Thankful PDF. Just put it on your design. Now look, if I right click, I can detach the image and I have a frame just like that. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. We'll see you next time.